Hi, this is Joe Butler, and we're starting a brand new series today called Leadership Moments with Joe Butler. And on this inaugural edition of Leadership Moments with Joe Butler, I want to share with you a story I've recently discovered about President Teddy Roosevelt. President Roosevelt was known as a man of action, good leader, but he was also known as a good listener, and he liked that in other people. And so at one of the gala balls that President Teddy Roosevelt was at, he became very tired of all the mindless pleasantries that people were saying to him when they would come up to meet him in the line or when he was there at this gala ball. So he decided to change things up a little bit. And so as the next person came up, he decided what he was going to do was look at him and say, I murdered my grandmother this morning. And so the next person comes up and he looks at him and says, I murdered my grandmother today. And to amazement, most of the people that came up to him didn't even hear what he said because they were so focused on what they wanted to say and what they wanted to get across to the president that they didn't even hear what he said and just launched into these pleasantries or what they wanted to say to him. And finally, he said this to one diplomat, and the diplomat looked at him and said, well, I guess she had it coming to her. And the moral of this is we need to listen to what's being said to us. So today I want us to focus in on our leadership skill of listening. Listening. Peter Drucker says this, 60% of all management problems are a result of faulty communication. And I believe much of that comes from poor listening. You know, as leaders, we're called to lead, and the only way we can lead is by being able to have good communication with those that are following us and those around us. We are able to get our vision across by communication, but we need to be able to listen as well. John Maxwell says this, a good leader encourages followers to tell him what he needs to know, not what he wants to hear. Let me say that again. A good leader encourages followers to tell him what he needs to know, not just what he wants to hear. And so many times as leaders, we have a culture that people are just telling us what we want to hear, what they think we want to hear. We need as leaders to be able to open ourselves up, to be able to listen to what people are telling us and have a good ear to listen. Listening is important. We need to listen to the person, not just the facts. Let me say that again. We need to listen to the person, hear what they're saying, not just the facts. And that's going to take time for you and I as leaders to develop good listening skills. And it's something you have to work at. It's not something you're born with because we want to hear ourselves. Let's just be honest. Especially those of us who, on our personality test, the DISC, if you're like me, a pure E, which is an establisher, you're one who is wanting to establish things. You're kind of not the greatest on relationship types things. And so for us, we have to be able to work on those skills of listening. And as a good leader, it calls for us to listen and to work on those skills. Let me tell you this, a Cherokee saying says this, listen to the whispers and you won't have to hear the screams. Listen to the whispers and you won't have to listen to the screams. In our organizations, if we'll begin to listen to the whispers, we won't have to hear the screams. And it's something that's really important. So who are we supposed to listen to? We listen to our followers, we listen to our customers, we listen to our competitors, and we listen to our mentors. There's four people that we listen to: our followers, our customers, our competition, competitors, and our mentors. And so I want to encourage you today, begin to work on your listening skills. Listen. You know, they all say, my mama used to tell me, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you need to listen twice as much as you talk. And I was a talker. And so I was told that lots of times when I was a kid. But it's so true. We need to listen at least twice as much as we talk, because in listening, we begin to learn something. So today in closing, I want to tell you this. Larry King, from the Larry King show that was on CNN, said this: Today, nothing I say will teach me anything. To learn, I must listen. Listen to this again. Nothing I say today will teach me anything. To learn, I must listen. So today, let's be learners. Let's be those who are working on our listening skills so we can be better leaders. This has been Joe Butler with a Leadership Moment with Joe Butler. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you soon.